they do on a daily basis, how they go about their work, so that you can really kind of get a really good understanding of what it's going to take. Now, the gentlemen that I have on this line have all recently hit Founder 5000 within the past 2 weeks. And we've had many others that have, hit that position, have hit that position well before. And I'm looking forward to you hearing from them as well. But we're going to get started with Keith Williams. He's a phenomenal leader, and I selected him for this call because he's so disciplined. If those of you that are on his team, he's very disciplined. He's very passionate about helping people. He came into this opportunity and he saw the value that he could add to other people's lives, and he jumped in with both feet. He is actually under my major international leader, Joy Holly, and they work seamlessly together. Now, what's really interesting about Keith is he has this extremely high producing team that has a lot that they're doing all the time. And so what I'm interested in learning from Keith is, just what he does, how he does it. Hey, Keith. Hi.
How you doing, Tracy? How you doing?
I'm really great. I'm really great. Today has been insanely busy. I'm sure it has been for you as well.
It's been crazy.
But you know what? That's how we want to be. We want to be busy because as long as we're busy doing revenue generating activities, we don't have any worries. So you have a really good sized team that is high producing. Now, when I say high producing, I mean you guys have calls going on, you guys have events going on, and you have sessions going on. So tell me, how do you manage and how did you set a culture for a team that is always doing things that will allow them to rank up? And what's your daily method of operation?
That's a great question, Tracy. And definitely, first and foremost, I definitely appreciate your leadership. Before I even got involved in business with you, your reputation definitely preceded itself, right? Things that you've been able to do in the industry. So when I found out I was on your team, I was extra excited.
Yeah.
Right? And just creating this platform so other people that are coming behind us can learn the disciplines of what it takes to build this business. And I've been in the industry for a while, but I got into the industry very young. I was 20 years old. And
oh, wow.
I'm 44 now. So that can give you some insight. And I've kissed a few frogs, right, in the industry. I let some actually kiss me too as well. But what I can tell you is what I always learned was to stay in zone one. And I learned that from a lady by the name of Kathy Cooper. And she is actually the owner of Isogenics. And I sat down with her. I don't know, I'm not supposed to say any other names, but she was definitely an iconic presence in my journey because she taught me how to stay in zone one, how not to get stuck in management mode, right, and really lead from the front. And I had another mentor by the name of Kelvin Collins. That gentleman mentored me in my first business. And he taught me how to build for stability, right, and not really not chase the rank, but to really help develop ranks down beneath. Have a daily method of operations that includes you always keeping the finger on the pulse of your team. Yeah. Right, understanding in order to grow your numbers, you have to know your numbers, right, and you have to know where the leadership is, and you have to break those goals down. And it's just simple things that you do on a daily basis. Being in constant communication with your leaders, right? Putting your leaders out front and keeping them in their warm market. And so, and a lot of personal development, right? And I still work out of a physical calendar. I don't, utilize my phone. I don't utilize my tablet. Actually, utilize a physical calendar that's probably somewhere around here somewhere. I will show it to you. But I plan out my days. Even if I don't have a launch, I plan to be open because it's a business, and I treat it like a business. Tracy, I think if you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby, right? If you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. And I think sometimes we don't understand the magnitude of the opportunity that we have in our hands, right? And being in this industry, I know you've been involved in the industry too, Tracy, and you've done some things And so I've sold, the coffees and teas and the shakes,
Uh,
and I've sold the travel, and I've sold the legal service. I've done it, product based.
done it all.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I've had a great journey. I've made some, multiple six figures in some of those different companies, and some of my friends are in those companies, and they're top earners in the industry. And some of those companies are billion-dollar brands. But I still believe that the best thing to ever happen to network marketing is forex, right? Because you truly have a standalone product. You truly have a service where we're actually our product and our service is money. And I've never had that opportunity before,
Yeah.
right? And so it's just about being consistent, being in zone one, keeping your finger on the pulse of your team, and knowing where your numbers are, and helping your team identify where their numbers are. Because when they know where they're at, you can simplify the goal and break it down, right? And so you're looking at, I'm looking at some of the people on my team, and some need 20 people to hit the next rank, some need 30 people to hit the next rank. And if you break the goal down to its common denominator, you're really not that far off, right? You can just, have a few people that just say, hey, just set a goal to hit founder one by the end of the month, right? You have 10 people that do that on your team. You just added 30 new reps, and you can do that in 24 to 48 hours.
Yes.
Right? So it doesn't, when you break the goal down to its least common denominator, you'll realize that you're not far from your goal. If you keep it written down, you keep a calendar, you keep a whiteboard, and you know where your numbers are at, you keep being on the pulse of your organization, then you can turn those large goals into small goals, right? How you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right?
Right. So what's your daily method of operation? When you get started each day, what is your schedule?
It starts at night. That's when my schedule starts. I mean, I plan my work and I work my plan, and I set my goals and what my day is going to look like the next day. And so I have a whiteboard. You probably see the whiteboard in my room, but I have a whiteboard in my living room too. And I draw out my organization. What do I have to do? If I was going to do one thing in my organization to move the pendulum, what would that be? And who do I work with? And so I look at my calendar at night. And so the thing about it is, at night is when I do all the non-income producing activity, right? And so at night is when I pull out my calendar where I set my goals, and I know who I'm gonna talk to, how many Zooms I'm gonna do a day, how many launch calls. And that's how I work my day. That's what my day looks like. So I know when I get up, I work out. I get up at 7 o'clock, work at 8. I'm back in the house around 9. I'm making calls from about 9 to 11. We do a Zoom at 12. We're doing follow-ups, launch Zooms between that time. At 7 o'clock, we're doing another Zoom. And then between 7 and 9, we're doing more Zooms. And about 11 o'clock, I cut my day off and I plan for the next day. And I work, 6 days a week. I only take off on Friday evenings. And that's my only off day. But I work on Saturday. I'm on a call, whether it's a corporate call, I'm on it, right? And Sunday, a team huddle, right? And Monday through Thursday, 2 Zooms a day. And you do that every single day, right? And I learned that from a multimillionaire's industry. He said you show the plan twice a day, you do a weekly meeting. And so I've stuck to that schedule my whole MLM career, to give people opportunity to expose business twice a day. And then we huddle with our team on Sunday with the whole team, and we plan out the next week. And we do personal development in between. That's what it looks like. And it's going to look like that until I'm making 6 figures a month.
That's right. That's right. And how do you manage and oversee all the events that are happening across your organization?
That's a great question too. And that's just through leadership. Through the PS3, we utilize events. And a lot of times it takes a lot of traveling, right? It takes a lot of traveling, planning events in your local market. And I believe that you should, if you're in your market, you should start, I know with COVID and everything that's been going on, it's been hard for us to actually interact. We're supposed to be social distancing. But you can still, we're starting to do small home meetings again. I know people are doing that. We try to do a super Saturday at least once a month. And that helps, right? Really keep people plugged in, bringing people in from the market. Because, you do the Zooms, Tracy, we're virtually communicating with each other. Mm-hmm. But I believe that when you have that super Saturday and you bring that camaraderie in your market and you bring everybody together, and you have that super Saturday and you expose people to business, they're meeting the leaders, they're seeing them physically, they're seeing the momentum in the ranks. That helps generate momentum in your market, and it helps you to build a global organization. Bill Brett, a great networker, multi-million dollar earner in the industry, he says that if you want to build a global organization, he said you think globally, but you build locally.
Yes, I heard that one too.
And it starts in your community, and it starts in your market. right? And it starts what you do on a daily basis. And so I believe building from event to event to event, right? We just had a Super Saturday here on the 19th. It was a great event. We
Mm-hmm.
even had, I think, we had Eric E flying from Buffalo. So we had a lot of people that plugged into that event. We had some amazing speakers like Blake Terry, like Payne Pajamas, and Andrew Cooper. We had Austin. We had some great testimonies from Mo. So we just, we had some 20K earners in the building. It was just a great event. And we're utilizing that energy from that event to build to the next event, which is all roads lead to Vegas,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
then all roads lead to Vegas. And so, we tell people, hey, you got to be there, right? You got to be there because people make decisions to really build it big. They make emotional decisions at big events. That's when people make a decision to really go for the business. And I realize that. So, if you do that, build from event to event, from Zoom to Zoom, then your organization will grow. When you manage your events, you create that culture, right? And so when you see the results from the events, it duplicates. They're doing it in Buffalo. I know Apostle DeWanda, she just did an event in New Orleans, and
I
so
saw that.
so the culture is spreading, right? People are getting to begin to understand that we build from event to event. So I'm excited about what's going on with the team, and also the momentum, what's happening in the company as well.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. You said a lot of really wonderful, critical things. Some takeaways is organization, discipline. Your mindset is always on revenue generating activities, and you're doing that during the times that people are awake and available. And then you use the quiet times, the evening to plan your day. I think that that's really important. People need to understand that, like you said, you have to plan your work and work your plan. And that really is one of the primary keys in, leading an organization that's growing, developing people, providing solutions, exposing the plan, and leading by example. Thank you so much, Keith. I really appreciate your time. We're going to move on to the next panelist. His name is Chance Williams. He is of Mac Snipers. Everybody knows Mac Snipers. And his upline is Shavar Hyman, my guy, my right hand. And what's really interesting about Chance is if you kind of ever get a chance to know anything about Chance, he doesn't smile a whole lot, but he's very, very passionate about what he does. He's passionate about trading. He's passionate about building. He's in the Mac Sniper chat just teaching everybody about trading and the charts and the analysis and discipline and consistency, all while building silently. I have not seen him do presentations or anything like that, but he ran on up, to Founder 5000. And I'm really interested in, hearing from Chance in regards to Chance, are you there? I'm just talking about you.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. How you doing today?
I'm blessed and well. I can't complain. It's my son's birthday. We're all in a good mood.
Yes, you are geeked. I mean, every time it's our children's birthday or anybody, that's a great day. So I know you're. Yes, I know you're having a great day. I said happy birthday to him. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I really want the people to hear from you because Mac Snipers is a well-known brand, but you guys are like silent, like destroyers of you guys just go through the comp plan and you just smack it and it just and then you trade. You guys are making so much money over there and helping so many other people, do the same thing. So tell me, what are the 3 keys that you would share with everybody on the call today of building and training simultaneously? Because I know that when I started a year ago, I built first and then I traded, but how are you doing both? How are you helping other people do both too?
I think it all comes hand in hand. First off, it's really just your mindset, how you approach everything. The trading aspect is a skill set.
Right.
And once you understand the Forex markets, once you understand you're becoming your own bank, you understand that people need this. Not they want this, the people need this, especially in the economy that we're in right now. People need this skill. I've seen it change plenty of people's lives over the last 5 years. So when I approach prospects or marketing or recruiting or whatever you would like to call it, that's kind of the attitude I have, is that what I have is gold. I'm going to continue to do this with or without a lot of people. So it's really just the mindset that you approach it with. Develop the skill. That's the bottom line. Dive into the skill, understand the skill, know what you're talking about, and then people are attracted to that. Build an aura around yourself that you are Forex. You wake up, you're looking at your charts, whether you're trading or not. You're active, you're engaged with what's going on in the markets, and people are attracted to that. They understand when somebody's just marketing and just throwing random results and random stuff out there, and when somebody's actually in tune to what they're doing. That's right. The biggest difference is people can sense real from fake. Even though there's a lot of fluff over the internet, there's a lot of things going on. People understand when you're genuine. They know when you're passionate about what you're doing. They know when you're in tune with what you're doing. So that's kind of what it comes down to is your mindset and just a sense of urgency. Like I said, we're in an economy now that it's not getting any better. There's food lines everywhere. There's people literally, I wouldn't even say paycheck to paycheck. There's people waiting on a paycheck just to be able to eat. So with that going on around us and us knowing that people are in homes right now, what we have is a blessing. It's a blessing. So you have to look at it like that and approach it with urgency. These people are one of three things. They either can make money with you, you can make money with them because they have the mind capacity, or you need to evaluate and move forward. So that's kind of how I approach everything is with urgency. I keep the mindset that people need this. It's not something that they want. They're looking for something like this. People are looking for something that they don't have to exchange time for a wage. They're looking for something that, yes, it does take time and effort to understand how to trade. But once you have it, it's on the fly money.
Yes.
You look at your charts, you wait on your plays, you're patient with building and trading. It's all the same game. It really is. It's really just a mindset. If you're patient, everything is pretty much going to come to you. So that's kind of how I do it. Is I just approach it with the right mindset, and I always have a sense of urgency. I always am aware of what's going on around us.
And how do you keep a get money mentality with your team, whereas you're not leaving any money on the table? You're hitting ranks and trading.
I mean, it comes hand in hand. I realized that trading is 80% mental, 20% skill. And what comes along with that is if you have a residual income coming in, no matter how much it is, you have a check that's coming in every single week on cue, like clockwork. It takes a lot of stress off of you in the markets. You're not as hyped to make certain moves. You're a lot more calm. You're a lot more relaxed, knowing that I don't have to make $120 today and then another $60, $70 tomorrow so I can pay this bill. You're actually compounding your account because you don't have the same urgency as, okay, I need to make this money so I can pay for this and pay for that. It comes hand in hand. So when you do have that residual coming in, or you do have a steady flow of income coming in, it helps you out in the markets. It helps fuel that account. It helps you keep calm and not be as pressed to make money from trading. And you won't make as many mistakes. You won't jump into bad positions. You will take the time to analyze and kind of just wait for your plays. Wait for the plays to come to you. That's where a lot of rookie traders or new traders go wrong. Is there's always an opportunity, but every opportunity isn't one you should take. So it's like when you sit back and you wait for it to come to you, boom, your accuracy goes up so much more. You're just so much more in tune with what's going on when you're actually waiting for what you see. You're waiting on your play. You're not jumping into somebody else's, or just shooting at the market, sort of say, trying to catch a fit.
Yes, I would have to agree with you. I recently compounded an account from $21 to over $550. And I gotta say that I totally agree with you. Once I ranked up, I was much more at ease and patient with my movements in the charts because, like you said, I wasn't pressed to make a certain amount of money a day, even though I have a trading plan and I do have a certain amount. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this, and the next thing you know, you're trading emotionally. So
that's the biggest thing is releasing your emotions from the game and being free with what you're doing.
Would you say that that's the same with building, what you just said? Because that was powerful.
To me, it is, because you got to understand the situation. It's going to take effort for you to make money with anybody that you bring in. We don't get paid to sign people up. There's no upfront money. Right. So it's going to take this person to have to come in, understand what they're doing, and feel comfortable spreading opportunity. So you got to really evaluate, A, is this person worth your time? B, does this person even have the mental capacity to be able to do this? If they do, then what route are we going? Is this person a customer? Am I loading them up, getting them onto the onboarding, and getting them into trading? Does this person potentially have the skill set to be able to go out here and work through a network? So there's a lot of evaluating that I do when I prospect or when I talk to people. I'm not just trying to bring any and everybody into my organization. There has to be something that stands out, something of value to run with our team, because that's how I look at our team. And that's kind of it. It's like that comes with experience. Mr. Keith, that's 24 years of experience. I was right here writing down what he was saying. Yeah. You're not going to be able to talk to too many people that have 20 years plus in one specific industry. So when these guys talk, he just gave us the blueprint on how you go to 6 figures per month. He did. And he says, I do it every day until I get there. And when I get there, he's probably still going to do it because it's a habit. And that's what you got to work on, is just consistency. Continue to do what you're doing. So what if you're not getting engagement? So what if you're not talking to the amount of people reaching out to you? You're not having to go out and expose 5 and 6 strangers that you had to hunt down. There's people reaching out to you to get the information because they see that you're consistent. You're not consistently asking people to join your team. You're consistently talking about what you're doing. You're going through your life and kind of just putting out there what you're doing step by step.
Yes, yes.
You've only been in, let's say, a week and a half. What does it look like you making $10,000-$15,000, or you being the professional trader and talking about this analysis, or just overboard with what you're trying to do? Just stay where you're at. That's going to attract people more than you acting like you're the professional. I've been trading since March 2015. I still day to day am looking to learn. I still will tell you I'm not a guru. I'm plenty profitable, and I'll sit here and say, hey, look, I don't have a training package for you. I can help you learn what I know, and if you know something, I need you to teach me it as well. So as long as you're always a student, you'll understand that a year from now you're going to be trading. There's no rush. 5 years from now, unless they shut down these markets, which I doubt, we're all going to still be trading. So just take your time wherever you're at. That's what you market. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to. I need to hurry up and get 12 people. You need to get one person. You need to get one. You need to get that one person, plug them into this system, get them over to somebody like me. I don't like to say the word upline. I like to say sponsor. Get them over to your sponsor. Get them over to somebody that has experience so that they know it's not just you helping them. They have a team. They have a support system. And then your job, you just became 2 times stronger. And that's where a lot of people go wrong is they're shooting for that 12. They're shooting for that 30. I need to get 64, whatever it may be. Get one.
Right.
Get the one and turn that person into you. And then it's you and that person. And y'all can run the markets together.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you so much, Chance. This is the first time I really got to hear you speak and share, and I really appreciate you coming on the line and sharing with everybody. I hope you guys are taking notes.
I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to speak. It's a humbling experience. I hope somebody got something out of it.
Absolutely. I'm sure. I hope everybody's taking notes because these Founder 5000s aren't going to be Founder 5000s for long, and they are doing the work every single solitary day, and they're really giving you the cheat sheet. Okay, Ann, can you make Blake a co-host? He is Mobile Blueprint. Also, Eric Eve is in the house as well. Can you make him a co-host? They're coming up soon. Next person.
Tracy, I can't make them co-host. Only the host can.
I thought you were co-host.
I am a co-host, but it doesn't let me make them a host. Only the only the host can make them co-host.
That makes sense. Eric, raise your hand. In the meantime, I have Trevian Chandler. Everybody knows him as Trey. And he is from the Work Over Hype team. And he and I have been rocking out, in network marketing for years. And he is very, very passionate about what he does, about helping people. And he is known to me as the phase 1 guy. And I really want him to talk to you all about what it means to stay in phase 1. Trey, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Tracy, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, great. First, I just want to say just thank you for having me on this call with all these amazing leaders. It's definitely an honor to be on this call. Definitely, I'm a student, man. Chance, I'm definitely with you on being a student. But phase 1. So you want me to touch on phase 1? So you guys, how do I stay in phase 1? First, I lean on my why. Like most of us, we all hear that, oh, let's lean on our why. But to take it a step further, everybody always have a why. We got our kids, to make extra money, whatever it is, we all have a why. But I think what separates the individuals, the two individuals is the individuals that have a why, but applies heavy action, will, and determination. So I look at it like, yeah, I have my why, I have my family, I have my children, I have all of that. We all have that. But if you don't apply the action, to that why, then your business is not going to grow. If you don't have the will to make it happen, then it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And the determination, no matter what you're actually dealing with. On top of that, I don't expect my upline and downline to do nothing that I'm not doing. So people say, oh, I want, hub or spillover or whatever. Trust me, you get spillover when you're bringing in customers. So I just look like if I'm doing what I have to do, then, that comes. I don't look for that because I'm a fan of being the spillover, but you can't expect your upline and downline to do what you're not doing. And then I also made it to a goal. Again, want to reference on what Chid said is my goal every day is to go Founder 1. Like, I don't care. Like I tell people say, I want to hit, Ambassador 20 and Icon 200. And all it is like, if you just hit Founder 1 every single day, if you do that for a whole week, for a whole month, for a whole year, you can push yourself to $100,000. You know what I'm saying? If you just do that 80%, Okay, so just going to Founder One and staying in phase one is huge. Another thing that I do, man, I don't know about y'all. I treat all new business partners like they go quit tomorrow. That's just my thing. Like, I don't care who you are, my mom, my cousin, my brother, whoever. When you get started, I treat you as if you're going to quit tomorrow, but at the same time, I'm setting them up to go to Founder One within 24 to 72 hours. And the reason that is because when you do that, whether they quit or not, you already position up. You already position not necessarily them, but the people that they introduce you to. Okay. And also too, one way to keep me stayed in phase one is I excuse all the noise. Like, I don't care what's going on. I don't care. And I try to, train this through my team. We don't care what's going on. People will be so worried about, oh man, worrying about all day talking to this person on the phone for 2 hours about so-and-so who they don't even know hitting the rank. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I feel I excuse the noise. If the team don't want to excuse the noise, then people results vary. That's the disclaimer that we have. But I excuse the noise and all of the hype, and anything that's not pushing towards my goal. I also heard earlier Keith was talking about and Tracy mentioned revenue generating activities. So if you entertaining noise, not in the charts, not looking at the syllabus, not going through the stuff that the leaders is showing, then I can assure you that within the next 60, 90 days, you won't be around. And on top of, lastly, on this, for the staying in phase one, I don't engage in a blame game. A lot of people, they those that know me, people get in a blame game is like, oh man, I'm not here because my downline, I told him, he said he would go bring in 3 and then it's Thursday and they didn't come in, or I'm not here because my sponsor, they didn't even, they said they was gonna put people in and now my business not growing. That's a blame game. I don't sign up for those classes. I try to let the team know, y'all sign up with those classes, I'm not talking to you. So when it comes to that, how to stay in phase one, that's just some of the things that I do, and it's just discipline. Every day I have a schedule. I have children, so they wake up at a certain time. So I just position myself to be up, extra 2.5, 3 hours before them get going. Because being on the West Coast, originally from the East Coast, if I wake up at 10 o'clock, I miss the whole day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I kind of that's what I do to to stay in phase one.
Can you talk about tap rooting a little bit, because that's phase 1B?
Oh yeah, 1B. I didn't know if you want. Yeah, all right. So with the tap rooting, what I do again, I treat everybody if they're going to quit. You know what I'm saying? So if a person gets started, they super excited. Yeah, and it's when I get on the phone with an individual, who do you know? Listen, this is the qualifications. You got to get off the bench. If you're not trying to get off the bench, I tell people, take your $99 back. You know what I'm saying? So I do that because, like I said, a person can get started and they decide, they want to quit. But when you tap into their network and into their friends and their families, most of the time that individual's not even the one that really want to do it. It's his cousin that's sleeping on his couch. You know what I'm saying? So I usually, when a person gets started within the first 24 hours, I have to personally, or someone in the team, depending on where they fall, I have to speak to at least 10 to 12 of their friends. I don't care if they're interested or not. So that's kind of, yeah. That's what I do to stay in phase one.
You and Philly Forex are so aggressive with your building, but it works. You know what I mean? It really works. I want to thank you so much for getting on and talking about how you stay in phase one. And once again, you guys are going to hear a reigning theme. It's discipline, it's organization. He says he gets up a few hours earlier than his family so that he can get things done. He would probably like to sleep in, but he is on a mission. He's on a goal to run up the plan. So, discipline, sacrifice, I heard a lot of that,
Right.
Also, just talking to people and taking no excuses. I heard that as an overwhelming theme in everything that you said, Trey. No excuses.
Right. Tracy, I have one more important one. This is crucial, y'all. If y'all didn't hear nothing that I said, Keith kind of touched it. stay in phase one. Don't allow yourself to get to phase 2 and phase 3. You know, you have some success and everything. You hit some ranks. Now you want to manage the founder 500s. Now you want to manage the managers. Now, you know, and then you're not doing what you have to do. So I just want to touch on people sliding phase 2, phase 3 real quick.
Yes. We are still too new of a company to be in maintenance mode. Maintenance mode is exactly what Trey was talking about. You know, now you're starting to manage the founder 500s and the 1000s. You have to continue to be talking to everyone. As you hear from Keith, Trey, and Chance, they continue to speak to people every day and duplicate that type of action and activity in their teams. Thank you so much, Trey. Really appreciate your time. The next next person we're going to bring on is Eric Eve. He is a new Founder 5000. And when you look at his social, he is all over the place. And I'm very excited to talk to him about not only hosting his own events, but attending events in support. Hi, Eric. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me clear?
I can. How cold is it really over there?
I just got back last night. Yeah, I flew into Dallas on Thursday. I was late for my flight because I was spending 10-15 minutes shoveling the snow and wipes off my car. But it's not bad today. It's only 39 degrees. That's all.
You want to hear what the weather here in LA was?
What is it?
84. I'm like, why is it so hot here? It's almost Christmas. All right, let's talk about events. So you held a really great event in Buffalo and then turned around and flew to Dallas for the Prospering for the Holidays event that Keith and Blake and Austin and Cooper was at. Tell us about the power of events and how that has aided you in getting to your position, why you do them, and how you prepare for them.
Okay, fantastic. And I'm gonna do my best to follow these phenomenal speakers tonight. I'm sitting here trying to take notes. I'm like, I gotta get his number. I gotta reach out to them. They're like, hey, get some jewels. Like that. It's phenomenal, right?
I was hoping that would happen. I want you all to connect. You guys are amazing.
Yes, indeed, phenomenal people you had on the gentlemen you had on the panel so far. So for me, I got into this industry on my 18th birthday, right out of high school, right? Mm-hmm. And I've been gone prior to coming on board with Epic. I was gone for 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. And when I got into this industry, I had cornrows, nothing wrong with that. I had the big baggy 4X t-shirts and baggy jeans and so on and so forth. Was hanging out in the streets. I just got shot 6 months before coming into the industry, right? So I wasn't somebody people will look at as somebody who could be successful in this industry, right? So one thing I understood early on in this industry is events are everything. I was working my tail off to recruit people, but I knew I couldn't be the example. I had to get them in an environment that was conducive that they can believe and go out there and achieve. So I understood early on, I gotta promote the big events. This is like 16 years ago. Promote the events, get your team to the events, and the events will do stuff for you that you can't do. For example, we were just there in Dallas this past weekend, prospering through the holidays. A young lady who I invited out as a guest, she came up to me after. She was in tears. She said, "I can connect to what he said about his being in foreclosure. I just got to notice two months ago that I'm about to lose my home," and she was ready to rock and roll with Epic. Like that's not my story. I can tell her that my home is in foreclosure or what have you, or I'm about to be evicted. So the event did for her what I couldn't do. And so the events are everything. Like when Keith came out here to Buffalo, New York a few weeks ago, we broke a Founder 2000, we broke Founder 1000, we broke Founder 500. Like I couldn't do that alone. But people coming out to the event, seeing the information, getting inspired, getting excited, the events make the magic happen. So events are everything. Everything else is just stuff. Events are everything.
I love events.
Hopefully I answered your question.
No, you did. I mean, events are everything. And Keith was talking about building from event to event. So when you have them, whether they're virtual or traditional, where you guys are getting together, it gives you a reason to go hard. It gives you a reason to invite, wouldn't you say? And
absolutely. And to add to that, even the Zooms, the trainings, those are events as well. So not just the in-person stuff, the success labs every single Saturday. Build from event to event. So yeah, the virtual stuff as well. I know we talking about the in-person events, but yep, virtual stuff as well.
So at what point in your career with Epic did you decide that you wanted to start having physical events?
And I'm so grateful to the best sponsor in the world. No, I'm biased. No offense to anybody else. Mr. Keith Williams, who called me back in August, and I almost didn't join because I had a lot of stuff going on. When he called me and I was even considering doing Epic, I knew I was going to do events because my schedule was so crazy. I own multiple businesses. I'm very, very busy. So I'm like, I can't do network marketing like I did back in 2004 to 2016 where network marketing paid my bills. I even told Keith, so I'm going to be very honest with you, bro. If I decide to do this, I'm in a different space now. Like network marketing doesn't pay my bills anymore. It hasn't paid my bills in years. So I knew before I even joined that I was going to be doing events because I need the events to do what I cannot do. Yeah. So before I even went online and signed up, I knew back in pre-launch, back in August, September, that I was going to be doing events for sure.
Agreed. I can tell you that Trey and I are known as offline monsters. We always did events and we made them really well. Now we made them epic. Even back then when there was no issues with getting together. But if we could still get together, I believe the company would have doubled in size. If we had the freedom to get together, we would have had probably a national something. We would have had a lot of events across the globe. But in the meantime, when it comes to events, like what does it take? What does it take to put one on?
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay,
for those that are considering, like they want to 10x their business and they want to do more exposures by getting people in the room. What does that take?
Well, first of all, a vision. Like you have to, like I already see past post COVID. I already see the place I'm building my business. I already see 1,000 people at the convention center. I already see it. So it takes a vision to even see where you want to go. So I'm already know we don't have a lot of people at the event. And I would say second is before you even think about putting together the event is he's talking about phase one, like go out there and build. Like I want to identify people that's who's locked in with the epic vision. So if you can, I would say 10, 12 people that's locked in and serious, ready to rock and roll. From there, you can really plan out when you want to do something, where you want to gather everybody together. I know we're in COVID right now and it's different everywhere. Like here in New York, we can't do anything. It's like locked down. But out there in Texas, it's open season, like 60 people and you're good to go. So you get enough people to buy into the vision of what you're going to do. Like I cast a vision to the team. Like, hey, listen, you're here in the beginning right now. Epic is going to be another Microsoft. Epic is going to be another Apple. Epic is going to be another Facebook. So right now, let's put it together before it gets to be thousands of people and communicate that vision to the team. And now they're excited. They're going to be there to hear from the speakers. They're going to bring their guests out and just create that community, create that environment that wants to be a part of something big and make it happen. Now, all the minutia, the little stuff with hotels and negotiate, that's a whole other story. Putting that together, that's a whole other conversation. But building the environment of people who want to win. Everything else is easy. Like I came out there to Dallas. I told Keith a couple months ago, hey, let's do something out there in Dallas. I'm here in Buffalo. I'm gonna fly 1,400 miles. Certainly people who can drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And we made it happen. Like 2 days ago was phenomenal. 2 ambassador 20s in a room, multiple founder 5,000 room, founder 1,000. And it just happens. I think it's just a vision. All the minutia, getting venues and getting this that happened. Just getting a team together who buys into the vision of what's going to happen. That's what it's been for me, if that makes sense.
It does, because when you're getting all your leaders on one accord, then it is a culture that you're creating because people want to hear and there are people that need to hear. And sometimes unless you have an event, you won't even really be able to have that momentum in your business because some people need to look you in the eye. They need to see your face. They need to see your body language, which will confirm everything you're saying. And I know when you guys saw Blake Terry speak, he speaks with so much conviction. The body language, the intonation, that's something that you got to feel. You got to be there.
Right.
You feel it. You feel it when you're there.
Right. Events are everything. Events are everything, Tracy. Like, before you go to the event, last thing I'll say, let you another question. Like, when you sign up with Epic, you enroll, you pay $99.99. You're in Epic. You're in Epic. You're in the business. Right. But when you go to the event, like the young lady who came up to me afterwards and said, you know what, I'm ready to rock and roll. Like, man, I just got to notice. Like, I'm about to be evicted. When you go to an event, Epic is now in you. Yeah. And now you go to the event, you go from not a believer to Founder 500. You go from, I'm struggling, I just made Founder 500, I don't know if I'm ever going anywhere else. You go from Founder 500 to Founder 2000. Once Epic is in you, game is over. Events are everything. Everything.
And the thing is, you can start in your home. You know, you can start locally. Like he said, that's you right. Build locally. You start in your home. You start and with people that you trust. That's who you start with, you know. And then if you guys tuned in to Founder's interview, when he got into his first network marketing company, he said he took 9 people. And with those 9 people generated a multi-million-dollar income. You know, and those 9 people weren't doing bad either, I'm sure. But it's like, right. I watched David Imonitie do a live yesterday, and he was talking about when he first started. He had the notebooks from when he first started, and he was planning. You know, he does, you know, events, you know, in Organo Gold, you know, the private business reception and home meeting is how they completely built their business. You know, and anybody that's been in this business for some time, you know, knows that when you're talking to a room full of people, you're saying something one time and it's going out to so many people versus talking to people one at a time. Right. So whether the event is a physical event, everybody, or if it's a Zoom call or an event, you guys should start doing them and you'll see momentum. Wouldn't you say, Eric?
Absolutely. These Zoom, like, I'm so grateful for Mr. Keith Williams. Like, for 60 days, I never did a presentation. I joined October 1st. We hit 5,000 November 30th. I never did a presentation. But the events, the Zooms he were doing, were everything. We built from event to event. And so I enrolled some people, and they pulled people into the Zoom. They built from that event. They enrolled some people, plugged into the Zoom. You can make 5,000 a month here at Epic by plugging into virtual events. We ain't even talking about in person. This is crazy.
It's crazy. And now that we got the 12 days of Epic and you have an opportunity call going on every night at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time, and the ambassador is going to get on there and do the presentation for you, all you have to do is become a master inviter. If all you got to do is invite and then plug people in to everything that's happening, use the app with the presentation that's there. Epic has made it so easy for you to grow and be where you want to be in a compensation plan.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate you, Eric. I just recently met you, but I see you. I see you working. I see you moving. I see all of you. That's why I selected you to be on this training, because I see all of you working. I see you guys in social. I see you in our chats, everything. So I'm just honored, you know, to even know you guys and to be working with you. And whoever said that comment that shirt is popping, I agree. Where'd you get that shirt?
That's part of my brand.
What is it? Are they bars?
No, I gotta get. It says it's my goal for Epic. $1 million a month. It's $1 million a month.
Ooh, I need that shirt.
I got you. I got you. DM me. I'm gonna send one to you.
Yay! Awesome.
Yeah, got you. It's my goals.
Your team, you guys' team is Global Builder Legacy? Global Legacy Builders, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Right. I want to make sure I shout out the name Global Legacy Builders. I have to see the initials and then I put it together. Thanks so much, everybody. Hey, Philly Forex, are you there? I made you co-host. Michael?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. How are you?
And I'm blessed. I can't complain. A little tired, but I'm super excited to be here tonight. I'm gonna try to take my time. You know how I get really excited. I'm gonna try to take my time so you guys can all hear me. But I'm ready for me to start.
Y'all, this is Michael Wilkins. He is my little brother in love, not by blood, but you know, can't be closer. We work together every single solitary day. Every day we talk. We talk about marketing. We talk about trading. We talk about leadership development and organizational development. He really is my partner, in this company. And he's so close. Everybody's really close to Ambassador 10. I cannot wait. It's going to be like popcorn with these guys. But the reason why I have Michael on this call is he's a six-figure trader that trades at the bank level for banks, but at the same time, he is a marketer. He has a marketing company. He went through, training for digital marketing, and we have a class that goes on every Tuesday where he and his business partner in marketing go over, digital marketing, funnels, scripts, emails, social. We're about to start doing some traditional marketing instruction as well. And the thing about all these gentlemen that are on this call is they're able to do both. Now, Michael has a grip of children.
You would never lie.
He still gets it done. He trades. He trades in the London session. He's a scalper, and he teaches, two of my legs how to trade every night at 10 o'clock. These Founder 5000s go above and beyond to make sure that people know how to trade. And that's what I love about my leaders. These Founder 5000s, they do more than just push you to epic universities, information and education. They use that as a foundation. And if you want to learn more and you want to do more, they are willing. They're willing. Like when I'm in Max Sniper's chat, I see Chance, I see Shavar, I see Iram, I see, Founder 2000s giving all types of knowledge about trading, helping people compound their accounts and make more money. And that's why I'm so honored to be on this call with everybody. But back to Michael. So tell me about marketing. Like how are you running a marketing department, building and trading all at the same time, with the emphasis on the marketing part?
Before I answer that, I definitely want to introduce myself to you guys. Some of you don't know me. Some of you might. So my name is Michael Wilkins. They call me Philly Forex. I'm from Philadelphia, PA. Live out here in the county now. Me and Shafar is pretty tight. Chance, know those guys very well. Getting pretty tight with Trey now. Musician, teacher, father, MBA, master's degree in psychology, licensed therapist. And they call me Philly Forex, right? And my company is called VLP Global Wisdom and Wealth Center, right? And my thing is education is always key. So we want to teach people how to beat the banks, how to become their own bank, and then do business with the banks, right? Because it's important that we stop using our Social Security and start using our AIN because we got to do business. See, I want to teach people how to gain trader tax status. Instead of just opening up a trading account, learn how to be a business owner that actually trades. Like when you go to your job and they tell you, hey, listen, I want you to get a pension. I want you to come in, basically work for me and give you something. They want you to go to school, get a job, retire, and live off of that same income and keep it. And then when you 40, you got inflation hits, and then you stuck. You out of luck. That's what Chance just said, the economy. So we got people that can't pay their bills, they can't eat, they can't feed their families, and we got a 5.3, actually to me, $10 trillion industry because of the inception of crypto, right? And people don't even understand they can pull from it every day with $100 weekly, daily, monthly from a free application. See, I'm a psychologist. I do cognitive behavior therapy. You got to look at how people think and perceive information. You got to tell somebody one thing, but they might see it on the left side of the brain, on the right side. And it's kind of interesting that people are always passing over opportunities. They're poor, P-O-O-R, passing over opportunities, right? And when an opportunity is available, when we talk about opportunity needs preparation, right? There's an opportunity, but you're not prepared for it, or you might be prepared, but there's no opportunity. Sometimes these things don't ever clash. And when Tracy comes to me and she's asking about funnels and there's information, guys, I met up with Chance probably 4 years ago. I was in the company I said in IML, right? It's cool. And that was my first journey with network marketing and Forex. My older cousin said, this was 2016 when I started knowing what Forex was. He said, Mike, you got to learn the skill set. He said, what happens if you lose your job? What happens? So learn how to trade. I said, no problem. I didn't do it. He gave me some books. I looked at them. I said, whatever. Then in 2017, I joined, and I said, oh, this is crazy. And my wife was like, man, Mike, all you do is look at Forex now. Like, are you cheating on me? I said, no, babe, I'm not cheating on you. I just found a way to get our family out of poverty and really get into wealth and leave a legacy for my children. And so I immersed in it. Like, I'm a guy that when I see something I like, I immerse and I kind of forget about everything around me, and then I go in and I'm like a bulldog, and I just take it and I just go in on it, right? So I saw a guy, he took 30 grand and he kept making 100,000 off of it. He kept pulling. I said, how are you doing that? So I tried. So I took $500 to 50 grand and lost it all. I was like, yo, how do I tell my wife that?
Oh my gosh.
How do I tell her that she gave me 250, I put 250. I grew it to that, and I just tried to be rich and just boom, just blew it and lost it. That was my first time understanding that we got to stop playing checkers and start playing chess, right? It's all about your mindset. 90% skill set, right? I mean, basically the skill set, 10% you learn the skill set, 90% psychology. You got to understand, if you can't tame your mind, you cannot tame these charts. It's a battlefield of the mind. And the cool part, what Tracy's asking me to talk about is funnels and conversions, right? And digital marketing. Guys, I started my own business probably about 2019. And what happened was when I started my own Forex education, I took an advanced price action course. I believe so much in advanced price action, higher time frame analysis, drilling down instead of being a shotgun, starting to become a sniper. And you get in that market when the market ready, man, chance is so right. Like, a sniper, they sitting there on the stage or they're joint, and they waiting, they just looking, they like, you know what, I ain't shooting yet. They breathing real slow, they don't go to the bathroom, they don't get up, they don't make no move. And when that opportunity comes, they shoot. And they shoot when it's true, right? So I do the same thing when we say with targeted marketing, right? I'm not out looking for certain people. I'm not out saying, hey, I want my mom, brothers, sisters. I don't create no list. That's me personally. What I do is I find out who's interested in Forex, 1. 2, who's interested in building a business, right? Who might be interested in, 1, doing Forex and possibly building a business, right? Those are 3 categories. That's called segmentation. And you segment what people want, so you can get the people what they want. Just get the people what they want. It's so easy as that, right? So when you're doing digital marketing, right? The reason our campaign didn't go hard, like it's been July at the January 1st, you might see us all talking about 810, 820, 850. So many people on our squad, because we have, to me now, I'm talking about, we've done a lot of split tests. We have the perfect offer to build our list. Guys, you got to start people at the top, the middle, and then come at the bottom of the funnel. You can't bring people at the middle of your funnel and expect to convert, and they have no idea. It's like perverting a relationship. It's like you saying, hey, listen, I got this girl. I got my wife. I go up to her. Hey, Chantel, that's my wife's name, Chantel. Hey, you look good, girl. I'm trying to go to bed tonight. She might smack me. She might appreciate that. Who knows? But she might smack me. And I'm say, hold up. Man, I don't even know your name. Like if I come up to her and say, hey, look, man, I saw you walking today. You look pretty nice. I just had an opportunity to observe you. You mind if we can go out to maybe get some coffee? I get to know you. And she said, oh, okay, no problem. Then we go out and get the coffee. Next, I said, man, that was great coffee. You think we can get dinner tonight? No problem. Hey, can I take you to the movies? Can we go out on a date? Hey, cool. Now we've passed the cold stage. It's not cold. We get to know each other. We're good. Now we're getting to warm, right? We have already engaged in relationship, and we can talk. Now we kind of know each other. So our rapport is starting to build, and we take our time. Now it's okay, cool. Now, hey, I think I want you to be my girl. Is that cool with you? You like me? I like you. Sweet. We're doing that thing. Now I'm going out. Hey, I want to meet your mom and dad. I'm thinking on the back of my head, I might want to marry this girl. So at this point, I pop the question. Now we hot. Boom. We done see my fiance. Then we married. Man, we done had a kid. Now I can retarget her, or that we start to reproduce if we have a baby. And now the baby start to bring back more, right? You know, when you plant your seed, right? Seed time harvest. You take time. You got to cultivate it. You got to let it grow. You plant it, goes deep in the ground. I heard a story about the banana plant. It was saying, I think it's banana bamboo. It takes 5 years for this thing to dig in the ground and grab root. And in literally 60 days to go up with probably like 400 or 500 feet high in the air. How does something under the ground take all that time, right, to develop and then I know where it just sprouts up? That's why I said any business, it takes 2 to 5 years to be successful. So I encourage anybody on here, don't jump around. Like once you find out what you want to do, right, you want to be super consistent, super focused, and super successful with what you're doing, and just sit still. Guys, sometimes if you don't do that, you get yourself pulled in different directions. And I did that for a while until I met my mentor, who maybe one of you guys wrote these names, Rodney. Man, I love a guy like a father. He said, Mike, you got a great skill set. You got a great business. I made 6 figures just from my online Forex business. I do educate and teach, put over thousands of people, help them get funded trading accounts, supported them and creating their EINs and trading in their own business name. And it was great. But then y'all know what happened to the other company that we was in before. Chargebacks, merchant accounts. You can't afford to basically support yourself. And when your customers come and they take too much money and you got too much leverage, guys, the whole thing about a business is when you say, hey, talk about leverage, right? So my whole thing is, hey, I don't have to worry about leveraging all this stuff. I can let David McCovey and the guys that came before me create an excellent business model, and I can sit there right on their backs. And as I'm right on their backs, now I can run my business while I'm a subsidiary underneath Epic, and now I don't have to worry about all the heavy lifting. I can sit back and do what I got to do. So now at this point, we get to the next portion where the person is cold. We're done that. That's when you got your lead magnet, right? You tell somebody, hey, come over here. I want to show you something. And now there's somebody that's online. I build strictly online. I don't really do anything offline too much. I do mostly online. You got the lead magnet. Once they get the lead magnet, then you want them to opt in. You really can't spam people and just say, hey, look, I saw you on Facebook, and I see a lot of guys on Facebook just saying, hey, we got this offer. You should come join up. People looking like, man, I don't know you. It's like you pervert the relationship. And what happens is they looking at you like, okay, cool. I'm not never going to join this guy because he really trying to like come date me before he even asked me, can we have a cup of coffee? So at this point, when you get them to opt in, now they've given you permission to talk to them, to even give them any information. You can't tell them to buy anything. You got to give them education. So now the middle of the phone is about education and understanding who this person is, who I am, and you start to build a rapport, you start to build trust level, and they can say, hey, I understand what you're offering. I know what I need. Because guys, the most important thing about a business, people, you got to solve a problem. Once you figure the problem out, right, once they finally solve it, right, then you will build a bigger issue, and then you automate that problem. If you can do that, customer for life. Always think about stacking. You give, and then you just ask. Hey, I gave you so much, man. Is it okay if you just spend $99? Because I've given you so much. Like, guys, I'm giving away an ebook. I'm giving away an infographic that's talking about the 5 top things that a trader that's starting a business should know. As far as downloading MT4, as far as the trading plan, getting the mentor, getting the proper education, so many different things. We're also giving out, I call the Relentless Drive, a goal setting course, because my main thing with a student is when they come in. I was doing my private business. I had the syllabus, right? That's why I love Epic doing the syllabus. Basically, I told them, look, y'all can't talk to me for 30 days until we're not speaking Chinese. We got to speak English. If you speak in Chinese, I can't help you. So if they don't go past the 30 days, then there's no reason for us to even continue on this relationship. So I had a customer go through that 30 days, and now at this point, I can teach and train them and get them ready to go. Same thing we're doing now. We're offering pretty much a brief boot camp to people to get them to what they call indoctrinate them into what we're even doing. We're warming the list up, warming them up to Forex. God, imagine when you were sitting there, somebody came and said Forex. I think about myself. I thought my cousin was crazy. He was like, look, man, you can take 0.01, you can turn a penny into $1. I think, man, get out of here. You talking about turning a penny into $1. And let me go back to my 6-figure job because I was a principal. I was licensed, doing all this stuff. I was good. I didn't need Forex. I was already making money. I was fine. And then I said, man, okay. But then once I got it, I said, oh, I can compound. Look, you can compound your money? Wait a minute. I was paying a mortgage. They was doing reverse amortization. They was taking the money and making me pay that I could get my money back and double it. And then I could also use other people's money to make money. I don't got to put my money in the market. Hold up. Okay, that's kind of cool. So, but at that point, it took me 2 years to really get to that. So imagine a person, you ask them today, like, yo, I'm trading Forex. I'm making money. All right, cool. Even if you show, man, I got family, I show them money. They know I moved out of Philadelphia where it's shooting drugs, going crazy. I live in a beautiful area, expensive, and they still don't come to my house and ask me how to do this. They don't come and say, how do I trade? How do I get? I don't charge them, you know. I don't. I'm just like, come see. They will not. Forex baddies on her. That's my little cousin. You guys maybe get to meet her. So she's almost a 6-figure trader. Started trading less than a year ago. I said, yo, come up out of Philly, come stay with me. Let me show you how this game works, and I'm gonna get you off your job. That girl has not been working for almost 6 or 7 months now, and she every time she gets scared, like, you're not going back to work. I got you. You don't gotta pay you don't have to pay for nothing. Learn the skill set so we can take over the world. And I'm telling you, we're gonna take over this world because it's too easy. It's about to be a wreck, right? And so at this point now, you have a warm customer, you get them to opt in. Now they're warm, you're educating them, you're empowering them, you're telling them what they can do, you give them so much advice, you're giving them power. At this point, guys, what I do for the upsell is I say, hey, we have Forex, we have trade ideas, and we also have Forex software, and we also have other education things you can get. Because the boot camp is just a teaser, right? You go to the movies, they show you a trailer, it shows you what you're supposed to get, but you're like, oh, and they come out for 2 more weeks. But when they come out, they come on and get to the movie. Guys, it got to be a journey, right? You got to take them through the customer experience, through the process. And when they get to the end of that process, guess what you show them? And these guys all said it already. I just do the line. I show them an automated webinar. That's my event. My event is an automated webinar that offers them something at the beginning for them to give us more information, and then we give them something on the end to stick them around, right? Like think about the news. I'm also I did television, undergrad communication. You had like A, B, C, D, E, F block on the news. Imagine when you watch TV, they let you watch the first segment, then they're gonna show you something cool. They're gonna say, hey, look, if you stay around 30 minutes, we're gonna show you what somebody got shot. This happened. That's what they juice and stuff, just to keep you engaged over the whole time. So it's always about keeping your customers' attention, and they can say continue to re-engage. And I look at our company as VOP Global Wisdom and Wealth Center as a business incubator. So when you come into our business, the whole thing, guys, I was about to get my PhD in organizational psychology, and the whole thing is about retention and employee motivation and figuring out why people are not motivated to do what they came here to do. And I was about to get paid like $200,000 a year or more to go into a major organization and figure out why your employees not performing. What's wrong with their mindset? I had to interview them, talk to them, figure out where is this ideology coming from? Or it's like, why are you doing this? You want this job, right? And that would have been what I would have been doing. So I take that into my own private business as a therapist and as a psychologist, and I do a lot of behavior management, and I want to help people change the way they think. If you could change the way somebody think, like you said, Chance said about having a habit. It takes 30 to 60 days to create a new habit. If you continue to do the same thing. Because I'm gonna be naked in front of you guys. I got hurt in 2018. I couldn't walk, couldn't talk. I was dropping my baby. I was at work. I hit my head on the wall, fell on the ground. My nerve damage, couldn't remember things. I thought I was gonna have to stop trading. I couldn't run my business like I wanted. And I told God, I said, God, if you let me get through this, and I'll teach the world how to do this, but I just need your help. And God, I'm telling you, I stuck to it. And guys, I went up to 389 pounds. I now weigh 270 pounds, and I can run around the block several times. And I'm back hey, Chance, I'm coming, bro. We're gonna work out. I'm coming down to Pittsburgh, bro. I know you what.
Nice, bro. Hey, that's
I'm coming down there, dog. I'm down there. We're gonna throw it up. Get back on this 450 pounds I used to do when I was in college. You know what I mean? Get back on these weights. But I'm telling y'all, man, it's a fact that you can do whatever you want to do. And if you're not getting rich off the internet,
did it with all muscle, exactly the way that they're telling you. I thought it was interesting for you all to hear about the power of funnels and systems, so you guys can start to look into that for yourselves. And look up Michael Wilkins. He does systems, and Peter Van does systems. A few people on the team do systems. And I'm gonna wrap you up because I need to move on to the last speaker. I wanted to hold you an hour, but you guys are just giving so much good information and so much value.
Tracy.
What?
It's all going right.
I want to bring up Blake. Blake Terry is someone that I met because his sponsor fell out. Blake, are you there?
I am.
All right. You're not going to let us see you?
Yeah. Let me get that pic for a second. There we
you
go.
got the camera on. I met Blake because his sponsor, left, and I'm not gonna say I'm glad his sponsor left because he was cool, but I'm glad that opened up the opportunity to meet Blake. Blake is he looks mean, but he's such a teddy bear. He's such a teddy bear, but at the same time, he's you don't want a problem. But that's the way that he that's the way he approaches the markets. That's the way he approaches building. I talk to Blake. I try to talk to him every day now, but at one point we were talking every day, several times a day, and his mindset and his discipline and his consistency with building and trading and doing sessions and doing calls is phenomenal. And we talked about mindset earlier today, Blake, in the call. But what I'd like to talk to you about, what I'd like you to talk about is, people development and how you are able to identify leaders and develop them, because people are hitting ranks in your organization. And, how do you help their mindset to get to a point where they're making money, right? Because you had some challenges.
To be honest, let's just talk about that. Well, first and foremost, I can't take a lot of credit myself because, again, like I tell my team, I'm only working with the willing. I'm not going to work with anybody that's going to make me pull my own hair out. I got some luscious locks, so I'm not going to work with anybody that's going to make me pull my own hair out. And simply what I mean is 80% of people are not going to do the work. And I tell everybody that up front, listen, 20% of people are going to rise to the top and actually do the work. So we're not looking for everybody. So when you go out there and recruit or if you're going out there, searching for people, listen, we're not looking for a certain type of person. We're looking for a personality trait. So in order to find the personality trait, you have to do what? You have to become an effective listener. You have to know the type of people you're dealing with. Again, people talk about becoming successful, belief, mindset. All the guys that went before me, they did a stellar job. And that's why each and every one of these guys are calling. And I kind of wish I wasn't last because it got me a little nervous because I'm trying to follow all of that sauce that was dropped. But ultimately, again, what I believe, and this is something that I was doing, we had a training this weekend, Keith, myself, Andrew Cooper, Mr. Payton, BJ's, Value Maker, Eric Eve, Austin Howard, Mohammed was there. So as I was getting to there, and I have some notes that I actually have down that I wanted to share on this, so this call can actually have some smooth flow to it, mainly for myself at least, because I can go all night. But
all of you can.
It simply says success to me is something that you attract, right? Success is something that you attract. Not only do you attract it, but you attract it by the person that you actually become. Okay, so you have to understand. You have to do the personal development. If I'm telling you that I hit six figures because, where is it? This is my bag, right? So if I'm telling you, daggone, I really can't find it. I'll never lose it. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so guys, if I'm telling you I hit six figures because I read this book every single day for 2 years straight, right? Every single day, cover to cover. You can even go through my book. I'm still reading my book. You see the highlight. You see the bookmarks falling out my jacket. You will see I'm breaking this thing down so I can break it down to my team and show people not only why I'm becoming successful, but how people in this book who all share their success stories, right? It's showing us the blueprint to success. We just have to open the book and find it, right? We just have to jot down to become an effective note taker and actually apply the stuff that we're learning. So when I tell people that, hey, knowledge is no longer power, but applied knowledge is power, this book has knowledge, but this book is not going to make you apply it, right? So when I tell people, you got to open this book, but more importantly, you have to read this book and have a willingness to understand what it is that you're reading, right? So I tell people, listen, you want to have a why in this business, but don't worry about just having a why. Because once your why is big enough, the how doesn't matter, right? Once your why is big enough, your how doesn't matter, right? Because there are ingredients to building this. There are ingredients to belief. There are ingredients to your mindset. There are ingredients to everything in this business, whether it is your funnel, whether it is your person who does like myself. I've never done a funnel or anything like that. I'm the toe-to-toe. I am the anywhere, any place, anytime type of person. I will recruit anybody at the best of my ability. You can ask Major Warren because he's been with me doing it a lot lately, right? So when it comes to these ingredients to MLM, okay, first off, it's your choices, right? So if you guys are taking notes, my mentor always told me note takers are money makers, right? And Tracy wouldn't have put us on this call for you guys to waste any of our time and not taking notes, right? So the ingredients to your MLM and ingredients to building this relationship marketing is to, first off, you got to have choices. And your choices are your monetary and long-term benefits. What is this company going to do for you, right? What is it going to do for the people that you impact or the people that you plan on impacting, right? Okay? You got to have a mindset. First off, with your mindset, you got to protect it, expand it, and develop it. Okay? How do you protect your mindset? Protect the people that you're listening to. Don't allow negative energy to come in there. And even if you have negative energy, speak about what's negative and get it out your mind. Because the longer it lingers around, the longer you're going to have negative things happening into your life, right? Expanding your mind. Also, find somebody that's speaking life into your situations. Hang around and be around those type of people. Develop the proper mental attitude of gratitude, right? Your habits. I heard somebody else talk about your habits, right? Develop good habits, right? Your leadership, okay? You got to develop the characteristics of an effective leader, right? What do you do when no one else is around, right? That's your leadership. What are you doing when no one else is around looking at you? These are all your ingredients. Faith. Listen, this is just like a restaurant. Work before pay? No, that's not going to happen, right? You can't go to a restaurant and eat first and then pay. You pay the price of success, right? You pay the price of success before you can actually, you can go to a restaurant and do anything you want to do. You can buy your drinks, eat, do all that, and then you pay later. But in business, you can't do that, right? You can't come here, eat your meal, and then expect to pay later. No, you got to actually pay the price. So fall in love with the process, right? Communication. How many people did you meet today? Right? These are everything that I do. I talk to my team. Listen, what are you doing? Income producing activities, IPAs. I'm not talking about the beer, the alcoholic beverage. I'm talking about income producing activities, right? Yeah. So how many people did you meet today? How many compliments did you give out? Okay. Who is your circle of influence? Who do you hang around? Right? And guys, most importantly, your process. Your process is simply your pain before the glory. So fall in love with it. Right? Your fear, that's just self-doubt, excuses, obstacles. You're gonna have it. It's gonna be inevitable. What I tell my team is, listen, if you don't get your sword sharpened to go into war, right, you're gonna go in there and die. So think about this business like I'm getting ready to go to war. Think about every person that you're getting ready to come in contact with. Like I have to assume to sell. I have to assume that they're going to join my business and effectively get launched properly. And also assume that they're going to quit the business a little as well too. So recruit to replace, right? Your posture. This is one thing that I find a lot of people failing at. Your posture. I don't care who you are and I don't care how much money you make, right? I don't care whether I'm seeing you do that or not. Listen. There's always somebody out there bigger and badder than you and makes more money than you. But the posture is how you gain and attract people, right? That your posture is what attracts people to you because they see you carrying yourself like, man, this guy looks like money is attracted to him, like for real. Money flows to him. Also in how you speak to people, right? Your environment. Right now, I look up every single day right in front of my computer, in front of my monitor, right? I look up and I see all the ranks in the company. I see all my goals right in front of me. I see how you hit these ranks right here. I see the rewards for each rank. The ambassador 50, icon 100, icon, what is this? Icon 200, the Cadillac, the Mercedes or the Tesla. Icon 500, right? I look up and I see this. So guys, it's your environment. You got to have a winning environment, right? Now, your game plan, you got to develop a game plan. You need partners. You need them to check in every day. You have to have a partnership. Your partners need to have at least one partner that they're checking in, right? Right? Your database is your lists. Some people don't build lists. I do, right? Your database is your list. And in my phone, my list goes simply like this. If I meet a new person in the month of December in this 2020, it will go your name, the month I met you, and it says, listen, whether it's my credit company, the construction company I own, all this stuff, right? Whether it's this, I'm going to put the name in which I met you in that month and what it was you were interested in my phone. So now if I just type in Forex, every single person that I run across in my contacts will pop up in Forex all the way from 2015, okay? Every single person that will pop up in my phone under the name of Forex because that's what they were interested in. And that's how you got to do that, right? And then sharing the plan, right? That's your problems and your solutions to building this business. Sharing the plan, right? And I'll leave you guys with this. The greatest benefit is not getting what you want, right? It's what you need to become in order to get what you want. So never disrespect your journey and never compare your journey to anybody else's because listen, you don't know what they've sacrificed to get where they are. So don't compare, just create your own path.
Like that was fire. Thank you. And you wonder why you went last. Any of these gentlemen could have went last and closed out the call. For real. I mean, this has been powerful. Because I'm hosting, I am recording this so I can go back and take the notes. I started taking them like, Blake, you've been holding out on me. We talked too much for me to be hearing this stuff for the first time. But no, I'm glad we're all hearing it today, you know, and I want to leave you all with this because I really didn't want to keep you this long. But I think you all have heard a reigning theme in what these leaders have done in order to get to $5,000 a month, you know. And if you haven't, I have recorded this, and if you'd like the recording, I'm happy to share it. Just give me some time to have it download and everything, and then I'm going to put it in the chats. But honestly, this has been a phenomenal training. I knew. Oh, thank you, Ann. She's live on YouTube, so we'll have that as well. Really quick, you guys, just as far as events go, you want to make sure you go to Vegas. I'm telling you, that is going to be a wonderful time. You get an opportunity to shake hands and meet the founder and all the executives. There's going to be announcements and things given out. The award ceremony is something you want to be there for because you can feel what is going on. It's going to be emotional because a lot of us had to overcome a lot of things and deal with a lot of things to get where we're at. And it's going to be helpful. And if you can get your teams to that event, you are going to skip ranks. It's going to create snowball momentum in your organization because events build belief, events build hope. And that's what you want to do. In addition to exposing the plan and sharing to everybody and getting as many people as you can on that 9 o'clock opportunity call, it's opportunity.epictrading.com. You want to make sure that you invite as many people as you can to that every night and make sure you follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. So you want to follow up with them and then get them on a 3-way call with your 3-way call partner. And you will see a lot of growth in your business and in your paycheck and in your broker account. Thank you guys so much for being on this call with us for the last hour and 21 minutes. I hope you got some amazing information. I know I did. I'm motivated. I know there's more that I need to do, and I'm going to implement and institute what these gentlemen have told us tonight.